Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source for what's happening now in the world of electric cars. There's so much to talk about. We're going to talk about Model 3 new warranty that you won't find on Model S or Model X. Faraday Future might be coming back from the dead, but I'm not so sure. Jaguar I-Pace is announcing the starting price finally. Navigation system overhaul for a Tesla in early 2018 and a few other things, including the comment of the day. So let's get going. Alright, we got a pretty loaded show for you today. This is the last show that I'm going to do in 10 days as I'm going on my vacation, but don't worry, I have some content for you guys going to be posted automatically every day, so you'll be fed. If this is your first time watching the show, welcome. If you're interested in staying up to date with everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, please consider subscribing so you can become a part of this community. All right, let's get right into it. And I see so many people are already watching. Rashim, watching you from work in Hawthorne, California. I wonder where you work, my friend. Vit in Czech Republic. Tony, of course, from Minneapolis. Gabrielle in California. Mitchell in San Francisco. And from so many other places. Welcome to the show, guys. All right, let's talk about Tesla Model 3. Of course, another update. They finally released a warranty information for the car as they're being delivered right now to real customers, non-Tesla employees, to the public, which is exciting. Now, there's one thing that they're going to do for Model 3 that they're not doing for Model S or Model X, which is a guarantee on the battery degradation. And Tesla will guarantee that the, I believe, 8-year, 100-mile warranty, 100,000-mile warranty, 120,000-mile warranty for the extended range, you will be guaranteed that your battery will not degrade below 70%. Now, that seems kind of low for us Tesla owners because, you know, a lot of people reporting when there are Teslas that are beyond 100,000 miles that the degradation is only about 5% or so, maybe 10 at its worst. So that's not something to worry about. It looks like the Model 3 will have the same, you know, type of the battery performance. But for the peace of mind, I think that was smart of Tesla to do this. So people who are coming in to this brand new, a lot of Model 3 owners are going to be brand new to Tesla. They're going to be brand new to electric cars. So this is very important because this is one of the biggest issues that people kind of have with electric cars. It's like, well, my battery is going to be crap in another 3 or 4 years. What I'm going to do now? Just to be fair, a Chevy Bolt has a similar one. I believe they have it at 66. Somewhere in the 60%, and a Nissan Leaf also has a similar one that's been getting better. But Nissan Leaf has, you know, pretty much the one to blame because a lot of Nissan Leaf owners have been reporting problems with their batteries going all the way down to 50 or 60% and even below. So kudos to Tesla for doing this, giving this peace of mind to Tesla Model 3, but I don't think they will really need it if you think about it. So let me know what you think. Let me know if this is in any way will change your mind or think it will change mind of other people. I don't think so because the performance has been already pretty good. Jared in the chat room says, what is the little special extra Tesla supposed to give to first reservation holders of Model 3? We discussed this last time. I don't know. It doesn't seem like anyone's reporting that they're getting anything. Kenny says, is there a real confirmation that the tax incentive is back in the current build? No, it's done. Just like I reported yesterday, it is done. Trump is going to sign it into the law, probably even today or tomorrow. But it is there. We're going to keep it and keep going into the next year. So that's pretty good. You know, don't forget, it's not like they gave it to us. They just didn't take it away from us. So but that's still a good news. All right, let's move on to another story, which is Consumer Report have rated customer satisfaction for all the cars. Tesla is, I believe, the only one that is an all-electric car in there. And they've rated #1, rating at 91. Yeah, as you remember, Consumer Reports have not always been nice to Tesla, and Tesla hasn't always been nice back. So this is good news, though I have to say, I look down the list and #4 is Chrysler. You know, I'm going to assume that this is definitely not an indication of how good the car is, because I mean, like, I think we can all agree Chrysler is really not a marvel of new technology or safety, but this is about customer satisfaction. This is about what the people who own those cars feel if the expectations were met or not. So And Coral in the chat room also says, by the way, to the conversation about incentives, is asking, is California aiding another $5,000 in incentives? You know, the session is, they're not in session right now. The session will start, I believe, in January. There are a couple of different things that are being proposed. So we'll see people talking $5,000 to even $10,000 incentives here in California. And they're also talking about possibly banning the sales of gas cars by 2040. So lots of things are going on. I will definitely report to you guys on all of this as it happens. Let me, of course, remind you that this show and the channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket Tesla accessories, and I have a discount code for you guys in the description of this video. All right, let's talk about Twitter. And Elon Musk tweeted again yesterday or today, actually, in reply to one of the replies to his original tweet. But here's the important part. He basically is saying that there will be major navigation system overhaul early in 2018. And now Electric and many other outlets have been reporting that hackers have already figured out that Tesla already has the code in there in the system. They've just kind of been testing it in a shadow mode, and it looks like they've kind of admitted to it, and it looks like it's going to be happening. I have to say the navigation is pretty good. The only thing that I would change is that the estimated time of arrival doesn't always play nicely with a traffic report, while Google will actually give you a really good estimation based on what the traffic is ahead of you. Rob Carr says hi from Australia. How are you? Let's see. Okay, now so that's exciting. This is something to look out for in early next year, whatever that means. Could be January 2nd, could be March, right? But hopefully soon. All right, another thing that came up, and you guys know that I'm a big fan of Jaguar I-Pace. I'm actually, you know, considering it as a possible replacement for one of my Teslas, but we'll see. Now they finally announced the price, the starting price for their car, and it is going to start at $76,000, and I think it's going to go all the way to like $90-something thousand. Decent, pretty good. A little disappointed because I kind of thought they should have started just under 70, you know, so they're just a few $1,000s more than that. Of course, they're going to be incentives and stuff. But, you know, it's a smaller SUV than the Model X, so obviously it doesn't have the charging network. So I felt like even though there is going to be a consideration for those people who are shopping for the Model X, it should have been priced a little bit less just because it's less of a car. The range is going to be around 200 miles, which is also less than the Model X. But we'll see. Well, you know, don't forget, Jaguar does offer discounts, Tesla doesn't, so this is something maybe the price will come down from MSRP. So yeah, that's yeah. Nick's in the chat room says Jag looks great. It is. I mean, that's one of the reasons I'm considering it. I believe the latest two versions of Jaguars have all looked really, really nice. The designer has been absolutely on fire. The only thing is if they could just not break as often, that would be great. All right, and just like I said, guys, this is my last live stream until December 31st, but don't worry, I won't be leaving you hanging. I got my first annual eWars going on. There will be 10 categories. The video is going to be uploaded every day at 11 a.m. So that's just in time when I usually do live streams. But one of those categories, which is the sexiest feature of electric car of 2017, will be only released for my Patreons. And for those who contribute to the show, as you know, they get all kinds of exclusive and behind-the-scene content. So go ahead and enjoy it. I will upload it tonight. All right, last story before we get to the comment of the day, and that's Fair the Future. They just would not go away from my news feed, and it looks like they're coming back from the dead. I mean, I literally I reported this 2-3 days ago, how the company is dying, mainly because their CEO, well, investor turned CEO, completely mismanaged everything, was kind of in between two companies, appointed people to be in charge of accounting that should have never been near a calculator, and also a lot of talent that they had has been leaving, including their head designer who originally designed the BMW i8. But it looks like it's being reported that, again, I don't believe it until I see it, but there are a lot of reports saying that the CEO has secured a $1 billion investment. Looks like a major chunk of the company going to be sold for that. People are saying 20 to 25%, which is a lot. But the bad news is he's going to continue being the CEO. And as you know, he now is a permanent resident here in California, and back in China, he is on the blacklist as somebody who owns way too much money. He's not able to even fly first class there. They're literally cutting him off, literally like your parents cut you off when you overspend your allowance. So he's in trouble over there. He mismanages the company. So hopefully something will change, but it looks like the company will survive. We'll see what will happen. Let's see. Stenography high school senior photographer, very long nicknames. Has anyone said anything about a new charging structure for any other cars outside of Tesla? Yeah, so I've reported there are a few of the charging stations network, including Ionity, that's been invested by BMW and other companies, and they're going to be building up to, I believe, 400 fast charging stations by 2020 in Europe. So that's good news, but that's in Europe. Here in the United States, we really don't have that many competitors. Obviously, ChargePoint and EVgo. I'm going to CES only a few weeks, so we'll see what solutions and new companies are coming out. But so far, it is not it's not looking that great. So yeah, Tesla still is way ahead of everybody with their supercharging network. All right, guys, let's move on to my favorite part of the show, which is comment of the day. Thank you so much for those of you who are contributing, not only live in the chat room right now, but also in the comment section when you watch it on replay. I read all of them and try to reply as much as possible. All right, this comment of the day today comes from Vic. He says, I own a 1-year-old Leaf and the new Bolt EV. I bought the Bolt EV after losing 25% battery capacity in the first year of Leaf ownership in South Florida. We now use the Leaf for around town, and he goes on that a Bolt is going to be used for longer trips. Now, this, first of all, this is unfortunate. Obviously, this is not something that you want out of your car, but this is a problem that, you know, I've mentioned early in the show that, you know, Nissan Leaf has been very it hasn't been very good about its battery management system. As a matter of fact, that, you know, a lot of us have been disappointed that Nissan Leaf does not have an active thermal management system once again in the brand new Nissan Leaf, which is a problem, and people, you know, are basically wondering, are they really going to go ahead with it and continuously causing trouble for the current owners and with the battery degradation? Nissan says no, this is going to work much better, but of course we have our doubts. But yeah, Nissan Leaf has definitely dropped the ball from the very beginning on that. But the good news is, if you're looking, somebody really asked a question, I think in the chat last time or in the comment section, somebody asked me, well, can you get a decent electric car right now under $10,000? And I said, well, no, but what you can do is you can buy an extremely degraded Nissan Leaf, the current Nissan Leaf with extremely degraded battery at like 30 or 40 capacity, like basically junk. You can buy it for only $3,000 or $4,000. Nothing else is usually wrong with those cars because they're so simple with an electric motor. But you can go back to Nissan, and they'll, you know, give you a brand new battery for about what, $4,000, and there you go. You will have a almost brand new Nissan Leaf for about $8,000. That's your best bet if you want an electric car, but want to spend less than $10,000. Robert in the chat room says, on the Leaf, how much would be the cooling have cost? Well, cost to whom? It shouldn't cost you anything, really. The price of the car should include that. But how much it would cost them? I mean, it would cost them in research and development and obviously in parts and everything. But it, you know, it would cost them much more in reputation when they're coming up and making the same mistake over and over again. You know, time will tell, of course, if this battery is going to be performing better with just regular cooling. But, you know, this is something that everybody, I mean, it's common knowledge at this point. You got to have an active thermal management system or your battery is going to be in trouble. Let's see. All right, guys. Well, just wanted to remind you that I am going. I'm going on a vacation, and I'll be gone for until December 31st. But I'll resume my live shows at 11 a.m. once again Pacific time every day. I will once again go away to Vegas to the CES for 4 days, but I'll stream there not once, but probably a couple times a day. So that will be fun, but basically you will have a brand new video with the awards that I'm doing every day for you guys to enjoy. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for a great year, really. I mean, I'll reminisce on the December 31st, of course. But if you have any questions, I will continue checking comments for the next day or two. After that, I will not have internet access. So please, I apologize in advance. I will catch up to all the comments on the 31st. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. It's been a great couple of months going live with you and interacting, and I'm glad we're building an amazing community here. So I will see you guys on the 31st, but until then, remember to stay charged.